Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of HotCox. Today we have a very special episode. We have some real drama to talk about. Some Dota fiend.
Things got heated.
Yeah.
In the Dota community quite a bit.
Very
spicy.
I gotta say, it's real drama when people outside of the Dota community are asking questions about it.
Yes.
My friends, my girlfriend that don't really follow Dota, they asking me like, what's going on with Dota? I heard there's some drama. That's when you know it's real.
Yeah,
that's when it's down.
It was actually the same with Amanda's mom.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's this crazy thing. She's like, oh, I read something.
I read
about that.
yeah.
I
Then
read
you're just
something
like, oh
about
shit,
that.
okay.
Because it gets
People
around
are
to
in.
like Twitter and retweeting, and then the Reddit community is like, this is such a big deal. Get it to the top.
Yeah.
Get it to all. So
I remember
can see.
it was like this, and then the Shanghai Major. I remember
another classic.
Yeah, classic. And then I don't think anything else was. I don't think anything else was that big in Dota.
No.
Oh.
The James firing.
The James firing. That was that was like a. This wasn't as big as the James firing because the James firing was.
I don't know, man.
No,
you got Gabe.
Look. This
like
this was not as big. I'm saying.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm with you on that.
Because when I was at ESL, at the time when James was fired, that was people running around the office, poking their heads into the office, being like, "Did you see what just happened? James just dropped the post. Our Dota 2."
Yeah,
like, people like just popping your head and like, "Did you see what happened?" Do
you remember where you were?
Yeah,
dude, I remember
was, exactly where I was.
I remember the moment like Bruno came to me and Shiver and is like, "This is what's happening." And we're just like, "Huh?"
Okay,
what?
so that we have a bunch of stuff to talk about.
But what a wonderful Wednesday, and apparently we are in like somebody's home now.
Yeah, this is
how
new.
Cool the set
what
looks
the
now.
heck is this? This is crazy.
Andrew came in here, him and Kevin.
We have a lamp. Look at this thing.
They kind of continue to pamper up our podcast set quite a bit. Remember where we started? It was just like no carpet.
Yeah, you don't look like a ghost
hanging.
anymore.
I am still a ghost, but
you don't
through
look like
the
one.
magic of lighting and warmth, they make me look like a decent human being here. And of course, shout out to all the front merch here.
We are sponsored by our own merchandise.
I knew today shit was going to be going down. You know why?
Why?
Because it's Wednesday, which means I have to take Barry to doggy day camp usually. Because it's a long day. Amanda's out all day, and no one's going to be watching the dog. So we go to the PetSmart, and we walk right into the PetSmart, right to the doggy hotel, and Barry just squats right there and drops a nice little deuce for him. He's like, I'm here. Good morning. So it's going to be a fresh day. I'm excited.
So we have more to talk about than just the just the ESL.
Yeah, because while the whole ESL Genting thing was going down,
because that dog story is a good allegory to what happened.
Yeah, shit got dropped.
Shit got dropped. People are not happy. They expected one thing and they got something else.
Well, this is how it all began because we're all getting amped up. It's a huge event. ESL always puts on a pretty good show. Very professional, and they have like a talent lineup that we're all looking for. They have the A+ kind of teams. The 18th of January is when like the big announcement goes out, Ken. Facebook is the new broadcasting platform for CSGO Pro League and ESL 1. Do you think that once that went out right away, did it hit hard in the community, or did it take time to realize, wait, what?
So it was not clear whether it was going to be it said it's exclusively on Facebook or whatever, but it was not clear whether they were going to allow third-party streamers to stream it. Definitely not us, since we, we're competing with the mainstream or whatever. But people were convinced that Bulldog and PPD and those guys were going to be able to stream it on Twitch, and their experience really wouldn't change that much. They would just watch it on Twitch.
They kind of were doing that for a lot of the other tournaments up to this point. For the most part.
And that wasn't made clear by ESL or Valve whether that's allowed or whether it can be or not. You can interpret their original statement in multiple ways. You can think that it obviously they've since clarified what it meant, but at the time,
at the time, you're reading it as we believe that anyone should be able to broadcast a match from Dota TV from their audience. However, we don't think they should do so in a commercial manner or in a way that directly competes with the tournament organizer stream. So there's already like vagueness, like commercial. Yeah. How commercial? Is it like
non-compete? Like,
is it sponsors like Nike and Monster, or is it as simple as I'm making money off subs because of all the viewers of these matches?
Well,
how commercial is that?
Just to reiterate, and I want to disclose this: we are a Twitch studio, and we are technically sponsored by Twitch. It's not on any of our shit, but there's a giant fucking Twitch logo every time we stream.
Yeah,
anywhere.
I mean, if we were just like, how about next summit we go do it on blah blah blah, Twitch would probably be like, I'm not too happy about that.
Well, we can't do that.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's just like that's
you
not
can't
right.
do that.
You
We can't do that.
So,
So you know, we just full disclosure, we are biased in a way towards Twitch. We're gonna try and give our most neutral take possible, but obviously we think Twitch is a better platform for watching esports. I think a lot of people agree with us, but we need to make that clear.
Yeah.
We're not some neutral party deciding between these two things. We are on Twitch. BTS is this, thing on Twitch, and we would rather watch it on Twitch. That's just clear.
Now, what about the reasonings though that ESL put out there on for why they decided to make this move? Because a lot of people can make the
what do you mean? Why they got paid a lot of money?
Yeah, they got paid a lot of money, but what they were saying as far as how they felt that this is not just a good thing because their pockets are getting bigger, but it's a good thing for the gaming community because Facebook reaches out to so many of these gamers, and so many people use Facebook. Like, is that legit or not?
It's
kind of a thing.
Or
are all those people playing like Bejeweled or Facebook games?
It's possible that it reaches an audience that is not reached on Twitch, but I think it was a little of a stretch to think they're only going to lose like 15% of their audience or something like that. But
yeah,
didn't they release the numbers at the very end, and it wasn't that different than the previous time? It was like just slightly less.
Actually, from the one I saw, it was slightly more.
Oh, slightly more.
Slightly
okay.
more, but
yeah. So
everyone's kind of like, how do we feel about that? It's
well,
like,
it was
how
like
much of that is from actually the Facebook only? How much is that as Chinese viewers?
It was this weird dynamic where the Dota community obviously likes when viewership's increasing because or at least staying the same because it indicates that the game is healthy. But it's also they don't really want the viewership to be more when it's on Facebook. They're like, oh,
like
then
people are going to think that that's a good option, and they're going to freak out about it.
So I think that the play to make maximum positivity out of this is that Facebook, we didn't like Facebook, but we're such a good fan base and so many people watch that we still managed to get it more. So that's the
because we love this game so
just the game's
much.
good, so and the games were good. So
the games were great,
regardless of whether you believe the streaming platform was good or whether the user experience was good.
And we'll get to go into more
games
about like how their show and how everything ran, which for the most part was good. It's just this was obviously like the big hiccup is just I'm sure you're putting on a great show and the games are great, but the audience's experience being able to watch that, the portal to jump through is just very hazy and not good. I know I went onto the Facebook myself. I'm like, I'm just gonna be a viewer, and I go there, and sometimes it'd load up, and I'm like, actually, this shit looks HD and crisp and good. It feels like there's no charisma on the screen because there's no chat going. And it's very raw.
I watch it with chat. I don't know if you guys watch with chat, but I watch with chat on the side. I don't have it full screen.
And that's something you're used to.
Yeah.
It's going to feel very weird because everything is not moving.
I like watching people's reactions. Like I watch reaction videos to things. I watch those compilation trailer reactions that people make for like the Star Wars trailers. Yeah. I watch that shit. I love that shit. I like watching people's like freak out about stuff. That's
fun. People say it's like a mini virtual like crowd hype audience.
Yeah,
like when they're all doing their Pog Champs, it's like the audience like standing up and freaking out.
I get that. I like getting the Twitch chat reaction to things. So that's
so you're feeling it feels like there's no soul.
Yeah,
for some reason.
But I gotta say, there were a lot of technical issues the first day, but I did watch the last day. And the last day, it was pretty smooth for me, at least for my experience. I know some people had lag and stuff like that, but I did not. I watched it fine. There's no Twitch chat. That's
mine would be good for
difference.
like 2 hours and then like freeze and I have to refresh. It's obvious that they were working on it. Isn't it kind of an achievement in some way to pull up enough attention that Facebook engineers had to start adding features into the stream?
Here's my take on this. And for all the things, we're gonna ignore the political and privacy. Well, not ignore, but we'll address it now. You're totally legitimate to have issues with how Facebook deals with data. That is something that is a huge kind of like thing. Like I don't want my data out there. And it was weird seeing people's names in the chat. You could fucking click on them and like see their profiles.
This is your mother.
Yeah, I was like, oh
this
god,
is your mother.
No,
what are you saying in that chat?
Yeah, so
what are you telling about that team?
So that was a little awkward, and honestly, it was a little creepy to see your friends are watching, like Charlie is watching this, you know, and I was just like, oh.
Even Twitch kind of has that with their built-in Twitch friends list, and I thought that was awkward. Like,
yeah.
oh, this person started watching with you, and I'm like, why are they watching this titty stream with me?
Yeah, I don't want them to know what titty streams I'm watching, you know.
So you're like, don't do that to me.
Don't blow me up, you know. Come on. So all those things. If you don't want to watch Facebook because you have some philosophical issue with how they deal with privacy and data, totally your prerogative, okay? For me, it's more about convenience. I didn't log into Facebook. I never use it. I don't have it on my phone. I don't have any of that shit. So I just visited the ESL page, which is like ESLlive.com or something like that, and it just had the stream there. I didn't even go to Facebook, you know? So to me, it really wasn't that different, other than the no chat and the technical issues in the beginning. So that's my take on it. I think though, and while chat's a big deal, I think that if they had like this experience that I had on the last day, on the first day, people would have complained, but it wouldn't have been such a huge issue.
Because that's the big thing is like, what if Facebook takes away from this? They somehow put some new parts under the hood. Everything begins to run super crisp and super sharp. You don't get to have your Twitch chat, unfortunately. Just because Facebook, no other stream platform is going to have Twitch chat. Sorry, guys. Twitch chat belongs to Twitch. You're going to go anywhere else, they're probably not going to have that
Chat's
experience.
probably their biggest
they might have
asset.
Chat. They'll probably have
honestly.
chat. Yeah, it is.
Chat and emoticons and all that shit is like the copy pastas. All that shit is like probably their number. You can't have that on.
We are now a tribe and we have a language we speak.
Yeah,
and that's just how it goes. You can't take that language to another tribe and just make it work. But what if they have everything else perfect? The streaming experience loads up good. It's HD. There is a chat. There is emotes. Is there a reason now to really bitch that it's like this is not on Twitch anymore?
Yes.
I mean, you can bitch about Twitch, but they don't have as much to be like, well, it's because it's shit. Like, I just want to see the tournament.
Okay, nothing's like Twitch chat. You're not gonna be able to. I've seen YouTube chat, okay, for ESL 1 Pro League, and it's just not even remotely close. Like, it's not the same thing.
Of course.
People are like trying to make it the same thing, and it just feels.
But we do need other streaming platforms because competition is good.
Yeah, competition is good.
So sometimes, a player needs to step up. I know big money players are trying to get in the picture, Facebook and such, YouTube and such. I don't know if another Azubu or who else is out there that comes out of kind of nowhere and tries to make it happen, is almost there but not quite.
There's a lot of, a lot of reasons why that could and couldn't happen.
A day could come, I'm saying, and if this streaming platform comes and it has everything that Twitch has, no chat, and maybe something else that might be better than Twitch, can we hold a candle or can we hold a pitchfork to them to be like, this is bad?
I don't think anybody's going to really.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah.
It's obvious Twitch has a firm grab on
but I think like the drama, the reason why the drama really happened was because, so first, the user experience was terrible in the beginning on Facebook. There were scaling issues, like the quality wasn't great. There was lag. You had to like log in on the app if you wanted to watch it on the app on mobile. There were a lot of people were trying to watch it on Facebook. They wanted to watch the official stream because the talent and everyone was doing a good job. Mm-hmm. And some of the content we'll get to later is actually quite good.
Yeah.
But like it's just not fun to watch it on there. So people were complaining and they were mad that the tech was not ready. Yeah. And they're like, okay, so fuck it. I've tried 20 seconds to try and get this to work. I reloaded a couple times. It's not working. I'm going to go on Twitch. I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
So they go on Twitch and they're, watching Bulldog and whatever. It's fine. It's great. Okay. This is okay. Whatever, And then they start taking those streams down. Now, that is when people started getting mad because not only is the user experience bad, but they're removing any alternative way to watch a stream, which I think and this is what ESL said in their apology, that what they should have done instead of focusing on taking down the other streams was focusing on improving and fixing the issues on Facebook and just letting the Twitch streamers get by, because it's kind of like, we fucked up, the experience is bad, so fine, we'll allow, because you notice they never, they said that the DMCs weren't right and whatever, but their first statement, their initial first apology, not the one that Johannes made later, but like the first one, never conceded that they didn't have the right to take those streams down. They always said that they're choosing not to do it, right? They said, we're not going to take any streams down. But that implies that they have the right to take it down, right? Yeah. Which, I argued with a bunch of people on Reddit about this, about just do they have the right or not? And I felt that there was an interpretation of the Valve statement, the initial one. The second one was obviously very clear for
but
a lot of parts. But the first one was like, when it says non-competing and non-commercial, I don't know, like that shit is like up
Facebook,
for interpretation. Yeah,
Facebook's buying in to have
even
streaming rights.
Even Bryce, who's like obviously very well respected in esports law.
Yeah.
He said it's up for interpretation. So, like reasonable minds can disagree about whether they had the ability or not. Whether they have the ability to issue DMCAs or not, that's another different question. Whether they can, ask these streamers to go down, whether they can issue a DMCA, all that shit is complicated.
And you're making yourself look like such the bad guy too, because your streaming platform looks like bad, and you're taking down now considered community figures, especially BSJ. It's like, okay, you hit Raw Dota, you hit MLP, you go for BSJ. It's like, you have gone too far, sir. Give me my torch. Give me my pitchfork.
And then people were mad, and I don't blame them for being mad. I think it's pretty legitimate to be angry. Obviously, some people were taking it a little bit far, but that's just how those kind of things go. People get really pissed off, and they say stuff like "kill yourself." Like when I said, I think there's an interpretation for when ESL could theoretically take these down. And people were just like, "Fuck you, you chill. You like ESL, and you used to work for them." And I'm just like, dude. We're studio on Twitch, man. Like we want to watch it on Twitch. Like I love Twitch.
How do you think Valve feels in this kind of position at that point in time, where it feels like the whole community is like, Valve, come on, they can't be hanging on this vagueness. Do something.
They'll listen to the community. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think there was a big chance they were gonna come out and be like, yeah, ESL's right. They're gonna take down they totally could have DMCA'd.
Sorry,
say
guys.
That shit. Yeah,
they're good here.
They see that like 99% of the community are like, fuck this, and they were like, we gotta lay down the law. So they did. Do we have a copy of that? Because I like this statement. The statement's funny. Let's bring this shit up.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Because
I have pretty much the main point here. So no one besides Valve.
I want to read one specific sentence from this.
Okay, go for it.
It's a very special sentence.
Oh goodness.
Can we zoom in? Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, it's right there. I think you're talking about the last part there.
Oh, this last part. Okay. It is not to allow commercial organizations like BTS to compete with the primary stream.
We made it.
That's us. We made it. We made it in to a Valve blog post, and it says right there, BSJ and Bulldog can, which is totally fine. I know their streams are very different than something that me and you would do, right? So. That's very clear.
It's hard when you read that for the first time and you're like, is there a negative connotation behind that?
It sounds like they're calling us out. I don't actually think they're calling us out. They're saying we are a commercial organization. They know who we are.
StarLadder or PGL.
No, they know who we are.
That.
They know who we are. Come on.
Me, huh?
They know who we are.
No, I'm just kidding.
They do not hate us, guys.
No, they make it pretty. They make things pretty clear now.
I was wondering because I tweeted whether we were allowed to just stream it on our personal streams. I actually don't think we can. The more I think about it, I don't actually think we can. Just because, first you don't want to fuck with these. Like, I don't want to actually compete with.
It's
ESL.
interesting though. It's like,
but
if in like an alternate universe, let's say, if I was just still living in New York, doing a remote casting grind game, and it's like I don't have time to fly out and be a part of studios and stuff, but I just having a great gig casting games from home and being zany. It's like you could just keep doing that.
I think that the interpretation here is that if you're a new up-and-coming community streamer, because it says oh shit, sorry,
careful, don't break our new house set.
We like up-and-coming casters or community figures that occasionally watch tournament games on their channel to be streamed off Dota TV. So here's my interpretation of this. If you are an up-and-coming caster and you are not an operation like us, and I do think that the BTS other language guys are in a vague area because guys, these guys are not big name streamers with a lot of funding and a fancy studio. These guys are they're very different than Raw Dota or whoever. They're just casting from kind of their house without a lot of resources, we can give them mics and we can give them headsets, but it's not like we're funding a giant fucking studio for them. We're just helping promote them, you know? So that's, in my opinion, they're much more like community casters, and we're much like more like the commercial side. Just like Blitz and Cap can't go home and cast together and cast like a competing event, you know?
Yeah,
because those guys are not up and coming casters, right?
Yeah. And
so
the whole play nice together kind of a thing would probably be, what's happening here? Why is everyone trying to hop into the piece of the Dota pie right now?
Yeah. So I think you can interpret it like that, and I think when it says community figures like BSJ and Bulldog, I think there are like potential slippery slope cases.
There is
where someone
so.
like, let's say BSJ just casts every tournament and doesn't stream anymore, doesn't play professional Dota. Is he then a full-time caster? You know, maybe they have to relook at that.
Isn't that kind of what Bulldog is, or is he like variety streamer?
Bulldog
casts
Bulldog
games too. Or
he only casts games like probably a pretty small percentage of the time he streams, right?
I don't watch Bulldog too much. Sorry, guys.
Most of the time he just plays. Most of the time he just plays Dota. Most of the time he actually just plays Dota, and the people watch for his like personality rather than like he's not like sitting there fucking casting the game like an actual like it's not this remotely close to what the mainstream is. Whereas if me and you cast it, kind of close to what the mainstream is. Really, it's just two different people, right? Mm-hmm. Or a better example would be if Blitz and Cap cast it versus whoever PGL have on their finals, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's interesting though, because for the Big Bang tournaments, I'm sure it's like, yeah, it's whatever. But some of the new upcoming tournaments, or if there wanted to be new online leagues, like the King's Cup, or let's say Elimination Mode was back to being its like online self. And now people like BSJ Bulldog, they know that they could watch these games. There happens to be a EG versus Cole game or something that's pretty hyped. They hop on and they're casting it as well, and they're pulling 15K viewers in their own away, a decent amount that's going to be away from the main tournament. Now this main tournament has 15K less to show potential sales and sponsors and stuff. I just want to say, like, you know, there is.
I don't know if they actually don't include those though. If you're selling your tournament and you have a sponsor deck, wouldn't you include Raw Dota's fucking numbers in it? He is fair.
Like, he's
casting the game.
Yeah, everyone's watching those games.
Maybe there isn't branded shit on there, but maybe you put something on the fucking map or something. Remember when ESL put their logo in the center? Do you remember that? In their first stadium event, but then they had the logo projected in the center of the Dota map.
Really?
I remember that, yeah.
Okay.
So maybe they'll do that
in
the future. I don't know.
I mean, that's fair. I guess you could incorporate because those are more people wanting the numbers, but you're kind of like, oh, you know, numbers could be bigger. It's a sticky thing. And I know everybody just wants to be able to watch Dota to the best experience.
But I do want to talk about what I feel, ESL did wrong in this instant. I don't actually think selling their broadcast rights to Facebook is some terrible thing.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because if you want, before you go into that, like I have like what I felt were like the main bullet points of what Reddit took away is the whole situation. Facebook is a shitty streaming platform, and there are better alternatives. And would rather go watch them instead. The DMC was absolutely BS. DMCA was absolutely BS, and that's on ESL. They did not have the right to DMCA anyone. And then finally, what you were just getting ready to talk about, ESL selling broadcast rights in itself is not an issue, but we, the customers, reserve the right to not watch it and watch Dota TV Twitch streams. There were DMCA'd by ESL unlawfully, and our Dota 2 justifiably raised a ruckus over this.
Yeah,
so they can, people are like, they can sell broadcasting rights. It's just if the platform is garbage.
If Facebook wants to pay however tens of millions of dollars to ESL, which I'm sure it was a fucking high number, then ESL has a right to sell their broadcast to whoever they want. That obviously will come with consequences, and the consequences are negative PR potentially, less viewers, all that kind of stuff. So totally legitimate that they're able to do that. They have a great sales team. I'm sure that like Facebook paid quite a bit for it. Maybe ESL is able to pay talent more. They may be able to do bigger events, all that kind of stuff. Maybe that's the positive of it. Maybe that's why Katowice and this minor had 16 teams in it. Maybe they're able to do that because of this Facebook streaming deal. So, you're watching on Twitch. You're watching Bulldog. Valve made it clear that they're like Raw, Dota, Bulldog are able to stream this, but they're able to stream a 16-team major or minor, probably because of that Facebook money. Those last 8 teams probably coming because of the Facebook money.
Monies, all that stuff,
the Mercedes Facebook money, like Mercedes on top of Facebook. So, I mean, they probably had that anyway, right? So, totally, like, we'll just get off that point. They're probably totally legitimate to do that. But But the things that they did wrong, and this was numerous, was the PR handling of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think that's just
it's tough.
like, oof, not an easy position to be in.
I'm just like sitting there and I see him like, and now I'm going to go in for the AMA. And I'm like, you are a brave man. Good luck, sir.
Well, Uli, I got to say that when that guy asked about the privacy blocking on Firefox and he blocked that guy, that was, that was not the best decision, I don't think. But, I know some of those guys. I know Johannes. I know the social media guys. Those are the same guys that meme around like ESL CS and like they make the funny Dota content and all that kind of stuff. They're just like, they're not really that different than a normal Dota community member. So I just want to say, like, they're put in a pretty impossible position where that, like, they have to defend a policy that honestly I don't really think they agree with. Like they don't like that it's on, like, I can't imagine they do. So it's not easy to have to do that. But now that I've given my disclaimer to the people that do social media at ESL, damn, they fucked up.
I mean, can you imagine like you're in the room and they came in and like, all right, guys, listen.
Oh man,
all events are gonna be streamed on Facebook exclusively, and you're sitting there like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to dig us out of a rut right now.
Yeah,
you're like, I'm gonna have to try to make content and do stuff to pull them away from the fact that this is on Facebook. That's a tall order.
Do you see how many downvotes he was getting every answer?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it's a tough one. I mean, you're going right into the flames. I mean, the FCC guy I think had it worse for sure, but it's like
I did not think Okay, so the SCC guy, we're not even going to compare them to him. Yeah. He knows
like
he's lying.
Higher anarchy of this position.
He knows he's lying. So
like, bring it.
Remember with the fucking, he made that like Harlem Shake video. Like I don't even want to get into that. That's too much. But
I sit there with anger.
Yeah, like, that guy was, and but in situation, not only did they have to dig themselves out of this Facebook thing, they did the DMCA thing, which was unclear. DMCA is like, that was not cool, but I understand why they thought they had the right to do that.
Yeah. So what do you think this means though for the next one? Like the next one's coming, the major. I was just gonna ask you to put this up though. This was done by nerfnow.com right after Valve drops their news statement,
and then everyone in the thread is just like, "Big Daddy Valve." Dropping the hammer.
I mean, that's
it's pretty funny.
Stop that now.
That is, I mean, ultimately the publisher has pretty much unlimited control over their game whenever it's broadcast. Valve very rarely exercises this. You'd see like Riot, Blizzard, they're very hands-on. They're like super up in the shit, Valve doesn't really, they kind of just let shit happen usually. They usually don't make statements about things.
It's got to get to...
but this really kind of forced them to say something.
Yeah, or like a patch countdown.
Come on, can we not talk about that? Shh, come on. Okay. We're not talking about that right now.
I was saying before, what do you think this means for the next one, for the major? Is it Katowice or whatever?
Katowice.
Katowice?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's
going to be on Facebook.
It's going to be on Facebook. We all know that. But what does this mean? Is Raw Dota out there, MLP Dota, Bulldog, and BSJ all like, we're readying the Twitch army?
They're going to watch. They're going to stream on. We're going to see what happens.
Now, what do you do if you're ESL and you're like, that's going to be happening? Like, how do you get people to
gotta make Facebook good,
man?
You got to make Facebook good. I don't know how to
do that. And should the community be helping in some way, being like, this is really what we want out of a streaming experience? Like, is Twitch really the dream streaming experience? Is there something better?
I really don't know what they're gonna do to make it more attractive than Twitch. No one's gonna fucking go to.
That sounds like another tall order challenge.
They gotta make the. I mean, it's gotta be. Personally, I'd rather watch OD and Blitz cast the final than Raw Dota. I mean, no offense to Raw Dota, he was great, but like I want to watch OD Pixel. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair.
That's their draw. Their draw is they have hype casters for the finals, and they have a professional observing from Pimp and all that kind of shit. So that's what people want. They want.
We didn't mention at all about the talent situation in this whole thing.
Yeah,
like, I can't imagine, like, if I was there and I'm like a talent and, I'm the kind of guy, it's like, I'm probably not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to keep doing my job. And but it's probably going to be an awkward position for you because everyone, you're looking at Facebook or you're looking at our Dota 2 and nobody's talking about the games. Nobody's talking about the hype shit you just casted.
Yeah.
The great analysis you broke down.
And then they tweeted, the sad part is no one's talking about the games, which was true, but just the wrong thing to say at the wrong time.
It's like,
it's like you created this.
That's why it's like, just do your thing, put in your work. 110% every time, and it's like, it's unfortunate that this is happening right now, and everybody's going to be not looking your way, but
So for the next one, it's going to be on Facebook. They're going to have the same kind of thing, but they're probably not going to have some of the technical issues. I think plenty of people are going to watch on Facebook.
Yeah. Let's talk about.
Well, hold on.
Let's wrap up the
before
Facebook
we wrap up the whole
DMCA stuff.
Before we wrap up all that stuff, I want to say that I was at ESL when WESA happened. WESA. Do you remember that? Kevin, you remember that shit, right? A room was on fire. Okay. It was like the house was burning down. Okay, that was like tough situation. People were mad. It got leaked, and it was like it was portrayed the wrong way. The PR was not great. They should have had the teams out in front saying this is, we're voluntarily part of this, but then everyone thought, like, since the teams weren't saying anything, that they were forced into it. And I never thought anything could top that. I really didn't. I really did not think anything would top WESA and PEA in terms of, like, how mad the community got, because they really felt strongly about that.
I guess the final note would be, how do you think Twitch feels about the whole thing?
This is a huge.
Do you think they're just like, yes.
This is a huge fucking win for Twitch. Let me put it that way.
Go somewhere
else. This is sick for Twitch. Not only, basically, a giant tournament series, ESL 1, signed, that does stadium events all over the world, signed an exclusive streaming deal with a competitor of theirs, and Valve came in and was just like, no. Like, do you think that if Facebook knew that this was what's going to happen, that they would basically not have exclusivity on it, would they have signed for as much money? I think that's the real question here. And probably not. They just on Twitch, you can just be on Twitch, it's fine. It's basically saying that no matter what you sign exclusivity for broadcasting rights, that someone, a community streamer, will be able to stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
Right? That's essentially what it's saying.
For Dota 2, like, this is like not something you're going to see really in any other game, right? It's not like Counter-Strike has a Dota TV element to it that other people can just tune into and watch, right? Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Pretty much any other game. This is like a Dota-only thing.
Yeah.
So it's really awkward.
And we don't know the politics of it. We don't know if it's ESL being like, we need to DMCA and take these streams down because they're just going to upset our sponsor, or if they talk to Facebook, like, do you think we should take these streams down? And whoever's their contacted or person that's cooperating at Facebook, and they were like, yeah, fuck those guys, take them down, If Zuckerberg himself was making the calls, you don't know. Maybe Zuckerberg had the DMCA button, he was just fucking hitting it,
Yeah.
Maybe it was him. I don't know.
I mean, I know a lot of people like Theorcraft and like, this is an awkward situation, but Facebook lawyers and Valve lawyers, like, who wins those kind of battles? Would it ever even get to that kind of a point? Who's got the big money? Yeah, I think that's fair to say now, as far as the whole DMCA.
Think about it this way. For example, Overwatch League Switch paid $90 million for Overwatch League, right? Mm-hmm. I think it was something like for 2 years, or I don't know exactly the number. If I were to just casually stream Overwatch League on Twitch, just over there, if they had like an in-game thing, I'm probably getting taken down by Blizzard and Twitch, right?
I would imagine.
I probably, right?
For sure.
And I don't think anyone would really be that upset.
No, they wouldn't bat an eye.
I think the reason why that is the case is because the user experience initially was so bad on Facebook. And I think that's, if they fix that and they're able to like repackage that,
now
maybe
it'll
be a little bit better. Yeah, they started very poorly.
So what do? Now ESL's coming like a scar tissue all over with Facebook? And
we're Dota players, so we know how important the laning stage is. And ESL lost every fucking lane.
Yeah. Can't see anything.
They got snowballed against real hard. Okay, it's on Facebook. They're on one side, and they got Twitch and their community streamers on the other side, and they won every fucking lane. It's like 20-0. They got like a 10K gold lead at like 5 minutes.
Wasn't ESL also the battle view thing?
Huh?
Didn't ESL also do the battle view?
That's PGL.
Oh,
Come
okay.
Come on.
All these organizers, they want to block the game, man.
So they are down. Their racks are getting pushed. So they got to do the high ground defense. That's what's happening.
It's tough. I don't want to.
They lost Roche.
I do not.
They lost every fucking rune.
Their position.
Twitch has like that. They all have fucking. What's that item that makes you not die? The new one.
Oh, now you just
Aeon disc.
Yeah, you got
Is it Aeon disc? Everyone's got an Aeon disc. Like they got DMCA'd once. Like I'm buying a fucking A on disc. You're not killing my stream again.
Yeah, I'm curious if this
So-
ramps up the competition a bit more. If people are like gonna use Valve's word and everyone
got
starts
A on disc,
casting
let's see,
games. We'll see. We'll see.
So yeah.
As far as the event itself, though, congratulations to Newbie. They win.
Yeah,
They,
let's talk about the games.
You know,
The
I didn't
true-
watch too many of the games, so
Look,
we're not going to go into deep.
I've
Dota
never
analysis,
seen
but-
the Western audience feel so happy for a fucking Chinese team. That's never happened in
Really?
the history of Dota.
Why?
dude.
Well, they just didn't want Liquid
No,
to win.
you don't. No, you remember the True Site
Yeah.
with SCC at the end and Moogie, and they're
Oh.
crying and they're
Oh my
sad
goodness.
and they're just like, oh my god, we let China down. It's my fault. You know, oh, Moogie, I felt for that guy. You know.
All right.
And then they get back here, and it meant a lot to them. You could see, like, they fucking really wanted this, you know? It's a minor. It's like 200 points. I mean, that's still not nothing, but, like, it's not a major. They're not going to qualify for TI off of this, but
No,
it
good for
mattered
them.
a lot to
Yeah.
these guys.
No, good for them. I actually totally forgot about the whole thing, and it worked out well. It
Yeah.
looks like Liquid are still going to be up there. They got a lot of points. Secret's
think,
still
you know,
bringing in points.
Secret
EG,
didn't have their offlaner, and they finished top 4.
Oh, yeah, man.
E
EG, I think that's respectable.
That's really good.
considering
That's
the-
really good
the
for
changes they
EG,
made.
you know?
They managed to get past Virtus Pro.
They got dumpstered by Liquid, but I mean, like, that's pretty good. They were looking pretty good throughout the tournament.
Any other surprises here? Who's down here at the bottom? Looks like Planet Dog. We're not able to kind of get a lot going with their first big
I
tournament.
mean, all this stuff.
showing.
This looks like a pretty standard.
VGJ Thunder's
I
up
would
there
say
a
the
bit.
VP not being above VG in this kind of like is probably the biggest surprise here. I thought EG looked pretty good. They kind of got figured out by Liquid, but I mean they look pretty good.
Yeah, it still seems like that top of the mountain newbie, Liquid, Secret, still very much a thing. Virtus Pro, this might be a little bit surprising.
Did you see Sumail's tweet?
Oh my
The
god,
one about
yeah, that's just
I'm the
like-
fucking greatest.
I mean, you know, that's what the whole thing. Like, is that great for esports? Just like
No, it's
build up
good.
the hype,
That's-
build
that
up
shit
the. I
is-
think it's great. You know, it's good. Have character.
That shit is funny.
I think we welcome that. And then he ate it at the end and took it.
No,
It
he
was just like
he
whatever.
didn't like go silent. He said something about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It
He was
funny.
just like, you know, I'm not gonna back down. So, good for him. That was.
he thinks he's the greatest, guys. Do you really blame him for him thinking himself is great? Everyone thinks they're the
Dude,
greatest.
if there was a
in the
Dota Hall of
mid-major. It's
Fame, Sumail is etched in it without question.
Yeah,
for sure.
But you know, I'm pretty sure those guys all think they're the best. All those
I would
fucking, like
imagine
Miracle
that
and
you
Mid
just-
One
you
and all those
gotta-
guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just something
you
that's
got to
gonna
have
come
some
with the game.
confidence. So
Let's go into a mini show priority kind of a segment here, just because even though it was hard to watch the event, maybe a lot of you didn't even catch any of the event and just caught only what was happening on Twitch.
Let's watch some of this shit. Let's
get
go.
we'll show you guys what happened on Facebook while you were busy watching Twitch here. So let's just, you know, this is high quality stuff from ESL. We can check out one of the team introductions here, Kevin, if you want to throw up like Secret versus Newbie or something. We can, you know, see how they hype up these teams.
So, oh shit. Okay, there's more.
Oh, he's just
Oh,
gonna
is it
play
the same?
again.
Okay.
If you want, Kevin, I don't know if you have the techno wizardry. You could do the next one up on mute in the background because I also grabbed EG versus Liquid, but it's essentially like the same thing. I mean, this is clean. They and we'll get to see in one of the next upcoming pieces
Yeah.
is that they
So,
obviously have a team. They have a crew.
You know, this is better than their normal, the standard kind of like ESL intros. It obviously looks very similar. Got a lot of shots of the players' backs, their faces, their feet, them walking, crossing arms, all that kind of shit is normal. This stuff does look better, like the lighting and all that shit it looks like they stepped up a lot of the aspects of it. I would say that there isn't a lot of time to really film something super amazing. You
Yeah.
kind of have to do
You have to
somewhat
make
similar
do. You
shit.
have to
Like, what are
make do with
you
them
gonna ask these guys to
practicing.
do? You know, like
Walk in the hotel room. Like there are
Yeah.
scenes of like walk in the hotel, go up an escalator, and
Yeah.
that seems like lame.
Some of the,
but they make it look cool.
some of the stuff that we're gonna see later from ELEAGUE was pretty different. They had like fire and like some,
Yeah, man. ELEAGUE is
So,
like
so you can you can
competing
do
for the A+ grade.
I mean, this is a
you know?
minor though.
This is a minor.
Like, look at this shit.
For a minor, this is fucking good.
This is a minor.
This is
So,
good. Let's remember that.
So, yeah, like someone in the chat's like can't compare to the Revolutionary War photos. I mean, look, these
is a
aren't
separate
this is-
category,
Yeah,
though,
this is
you
not.
know?
This is not trying to be funny.
You can't have
you know?
everything. We can't
Yeah.
everything.
You can't be funny
mean.
and super amazing hype professionalism.
And that's Summit, by the way. But you know,
Come on, dude. Yo,
We can't.
This
have
is
that.
better than our
We
intros.
have to have
Come on,
the
dude.
crisp uniform.
This is
professional
look at how
esports shit.
nice it looks. It's like better, like it's way more professional than our shit.
Let's look at the next bit here, which is they do one of these things almost every event where they get like a kind of a shout out to what's going on behind the scenes, so we can see the team that helps put this kind of event together. Why it takes so much money to run these events. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No problem. Like 20 cameramen, photographers, special media
Ooh,
days,
damn! Look at
location
that.
shots.
That's nice, dude. Holy shit. Oh, is that Mercedes? A Mercedes? It is. It's a Mercedes.
This reminds me of a recap style.
I'd rather go home with 50 amazing pictures than 200 okay pictures. I want to bring the experience you get from being here home to the people who can't be here for whatever reason. I actually made it into the world I want to be in.
That's so sick. That shot.
What do you think? Do you think it's cool that we get to kind of look into this portal? Do you think it's unnecessary? Do you think it's ESL saying this is what we got to offer? Look at how big our dick is. Like, what?
No,
there's a bunch of different ways that people could interpret stuff like.
I think ESL as a company has been viewed often as a faceless entity that is just huge and monolithic and it's corporate and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think it's cool that they are putting some spotlight. Oh man,
those are so gorgeous.
They're putting. I'm getting distracted because it looks so nice, but there is some thing to putting some faces on the people that are working behind the scenes, and they're just gamers like me and you, and you know, it's not. They're not that different. They're just a company made of guys that play games, and I think that's cool that they're putting a spotlight on that. Hey guys, I noticed a lot of these workers happen to be Asian. Do you think that's because they're in Genting?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think they roll out like a plane full of ESL fleet, do they? Like,
just out of ESL plane.
You know, how many venue hires did they have to get?
You got to get that Delta sponsorship.
This guy, we didn't hear much of him. He's kind of like, this is my life. I just want to make sure everything is like 100%. You know, it's good. It's good. And I agree with you that it's nice to have a kind of a face there. It's nice to see, like we're talking before, it's like it does take a lot of money. It does take a heavy time investment to be able to make these events the way they are. And this is like a bit of a look through that window.
These shots look so nice. Holy fuck.
Super cool.
What's some content?
Content time.
Let's get some content.
We'll start with the basic content first before we get to meme content. Basic content is like the player interview stuff. They did another series of quick cut interviews that we see time and time again. And I think this one's like on who calls GG for the team.
Oh, cool.
So, you know, it's a kind of a, you know, we've seen this before. Let's see ESL's take on it, I guess.
In pub games?
I don't think anyone on our team really actually calls GG. They just say it and then keep playing the game.
I think MC. It's either Roman or me. Like, we get frustrated pretty fast and we just like give up.
Lyrical plays Dota.
Lyrical plays Dota.
It's either Sumel or me, I think. I feel like the rest of my team tries to play on, but Sumel and I, we kind of have a shorter fuse than others.
First teammate, probably me. Yeah.
It's definitely Cuckoo.
I
think MC
Jack Sparrow look
like quits the pop games the most. I don't know. I do a bit as well. It's just if you see a hopeless case, you just gotta leave it, you know.
I think that would be J4.
It's for sure Sumel. Sumel or Tor.
Look at that
like,
guy.
Every time I play with them on my team, like they'll always call GG, or if I'm against them, and they would still try playing, but they call GG, and I get pretty mad at it.
Jesus.
Our coach is the one that calls GG.
Probably Abed.
All these boys are growing up before.
What the?
That doesn't mean we give up, you know, but.
Oh, he is. That is a lot of makeup. Holy fuck.
Okay,
a
little too much makeup.
Pretty tryhard, so I'd say no one would call
boys
GG
are
early. Yeah, we play till the end.
You look good.
Maybe cool. Yeah, cool always.
Dude, Raven doesn't
In
hardly
pops,
recognize you.
first call GG. I don't know. It's a pretty hard question. I can't answer it.
That's when you know they didn't have good answers, is when they had to include that one.
Yeah.
Tough question.
Yeah, I think they did like another one, but essentially it's good filler content. I'm sure it's really easy to kind of pull off. You get a couple of questions, players all answer them one by one. You quick cut them together.
You think Pi had to wash his face after that, or?
God, I hope those players washed your face after that. 'Cause that's
Don't sleep in makeup, guys. If you're not You know, if you haven't regularly put on makeup, please do not go to sleep in it.
Your skin's gonna
It's
freak the hell out.
It's really bad.
Freak out.
Wash your face. Wash your face before you go to sleep, please.
You should just wash your face anyways, you fucking nerds. All right, so we got meme content here. Some of this was good. Some of this I'd say was not so good. Let's start with one that I felt was pretty fun from Twitter here. Some of these were only posted on Twitter and not on their YouTube.
Yeah.
The Hot or Haas.
Hot or Haas.
Find Nahaz's stuff.
Which that one was great.
This is such a fun, spontaneous bit.
Yeah, because Nahaz is like, I don't think he's acting.
It's pretty much like, let's trigger Nahaz.
I know. I think it's literally. Look how scared Parker is.
You know that this is.
Wait, hold on. Look how scared Parker is when Slacks shows up with the camera. Yeah. He is like, oh
you know,
shit, is it me? Is this me or is this Nahaz?
This is Slacks' idea, 1000%.
And no one knows about it because Parker is so scared. He's like, oh fuck, I don't want to be in this. You know, like Slacks gonna troll someone, and I hope it's not me.
Yeah.
So he looks terrified. Watch, he's just like, oh fuck, is it me? No, no,
where
and
I hide something precious of Nahaz's, and he must find it. Today, we've hidden Nahaz's $3,000 MSI lap book somewhere in this venue. Nahaz, are you ready to play Hot or Haas?
I'm gonna kill you.
All right, the rules of the game are simple. If you're hot, that means you're closer to your laptop, and if you're Haas, you're further away, much like your statistics. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen, to play?
Can I just choke you right now and get my laptop back, please?
Well, you never find it, because I'm the only man who knows where it is.
I actually just need to do some stats right now. Could you give me my laptop back right now?
We're gonna find it as soon as possible with this game of Hot or Haas. And now, you're very Haas right now. You're freezing Haas right now.
I'm gonna kill you.
All right, well, colder. Oh, warmer, colder, freezing Haas. No, you're frozen. You're frozen. Oh, very hot.
Did you see what Yanni's was sitting in that room?
Hot,
they have like
hotter. No, freezing. Hotter.
Nahaz thought he hit it right next to the room.
Getting colder.
Of course he didn't hide it next to the room. He hit it like really far away.
That's a hot Haas.
Would have been great if it was like in the parking lot.
Oh, he's getting hotter every
Wait, you haven't seen this?
I remember now where it is.
Haas.
I hate you.
I know. Hot, up. We're boiling hot. There we go. The temperature's increasing. Oh, boy.
Up they go. Oh, my God.
Boy, hotter and hotter we go.
That's the Twitch platform, or the Twitter platform, right?
Just saying.
The Twitter platform's buffering, guys. Boycott. All right, okay. He goes up. He sees it on the roof.
Oh.
You can watch it on their YouTube and on Twitch, on Twitter.
Takes to the roof, finds it there. But, I mean, what? That was like 2 minutes of a random-ass bit. Spontaneous. I mean, yeah.
Twitter, come on.
Nahaz is the real victim in all this, but...
Can we DMCA this Twitter stream?
He's a part of the talent team and knows that this is just going to be part of the experience.
Twitter, oh, it's painful.
It's good on Slacks. This was nice, unique, spontaneous
Fucking with Nahaz
content.
should be a skit every single time. Just title it "Fucking with Nahaz."
But then you have like featured guests like Nox, Skim, Scant, coming in.
Nahaz won't get that. Like he'll get mad, but it'll be like PC mad. I don't want to see those guys. Those guys might get actually angry.
I want to see it.
Yeah,
we'll
see
him
it.
throw it down. Okay, I thought that was pretty fun. Let's do one that I did not think.
Do the complexity one.
Great.
Dude, I love that one. Are you kidding me?
Die?
This one's great.
Oh,
yeah, I love this one.
Let's bring up
Smash or Kill. Smash or Die.
Smash or Die with
Smash or Die. Yeah. What a fucking... And this guy in the
What's going on, people? We are going to play an amazing game right now.
Out.
A super intense, action-packed game that you've never seen in your life. Yeah, seriously.
Who is he? I don't know who this guy is. He's great.
They've said yes to the challenge. They don't know what they're in for yet, though. It's actually called Smash or Pass, the original concept. I'm sure you've seen it on YouTube, all over social media. But we're going to play Smash or Die, because we're hardcore like that, aren't we, guys? You ready for the challenge?
I was born ready.
Oh, damn. Okay. How about you?
No.
No comment. No. Let's go over here. Talk to me.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh, nice. Good reference.
Honesty. And you?
I'm ready, man. I'm so excited.
Whoever that guy is, he's cool.
So excited.
I like that guy.
All right,
so Complexity is also like a great team to get for anything. They'll do
Gentlemen,
anything.
the rules are simple. I'll be showing you a picture.
Do you guys
on my
think
laptop.
Josh's pants
You'll
are
have
tight
to
enough?
Say whether you would smash.
Guys.
That's code for intercourse. Or you just die. All right, now this is where it gets interesting, boys. This.
Smash. Yeah.
Old puck model is an insta smash.
Yeah.
Why?
Look at it.
Gentlemen, anything to add?
It's funny.
I don't know. I'm not sold on this.
Their reactions are great.
Do I get some?
Again,
like,
yeah, it's like you're really riding on like complexity is gonna play this. Like, if you imagine
but they chose complexity.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know.
They wouldn't have done it with anyone else.
I'm curious if they had the bit and they're like, well, we're only gonna be able to pull this off with complexity, or they had complexity and it's like, let's just do this kind of a bit.
Right. I'm going.
Because I don't know. Put up pictures of Dota heroes and would you
Let's just keep this
do them or
along,
not?
guys. Fantastic.
The pictures they use are funny. I will give them that. Pulling up old.
Let me just say that a lot of teams would have been really awkward in this.
Oh, for sure.
So they picked the right team.
Of course, they picked probably the only team. The only team at this event that probably.
Well, I mean, they also. I mean, Josh is not on the team. He's like one of the team helpers, and you know it's. Okay, we don't have to watch the rest of it. You can watch it on the YouTube. It's like pretty long. It's like another
9 minutes.
9 minutes or something like that. Yeah.
Dota.
But let me just say that in order for this concept to work, people have to be comfortable talking about who they would have sex with, essentially, and it has to be. They have to be not awkward about it, or it would be really, really bad. And this team, especially Josh, people think that he fucks. You know. So
I mean, if the dude doesn't fuck, that would be crazy.
Yeah. So
look at the fucking
fact.
guy. Are you kidding me?
So because that's believable, it's not that weird of a concept.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to single any other team out. So, but if you put let's say a less believable team up there, and they're awkward about it, I don't know. You know, like then
just, like, put up Fnatic or something. Just be like,
yeah, that would be.
Hey, Envy.
Envy.
You know,
yeah.
Who would you?
He's like,
would you have sex with Terrorblade?
Well, I mean, they're all
what the fuck are you talking
they're all
about?
cartoon characters, so maybe.
All right, next one, which may have been their best meme piece of content. How to trigger Red Eye 101.
Oh yeah, this is
pretty
good. Yeah.
high quality and original and a fun piece of
Do you
content.
think they acted well as a professional actor or former professional
Let's watch
actor?
it again.
All right,
Let's watch it again.
Hope it doesn't buffer.
You jinxed it, bro.
Bring up the YouTube link.
Get a good look.
There's no YouTube.
What the Yeah, we're asking the questions now.
All right, so ESL needs to put all their VODs on their YouTube.
This is
I
brutal.
couldn't download it because it's through Twitter.
For 4 years, you've been
You can if you use an extension.
Yeah, but I didn't want to get spyware.
I'm dying. Okay, so guys, how to trigger Red Eye 101? Watch it. I'll describe what happens. This is bad. Fucking God, why does it do it? Why does it do it? Not our fault, guys. This is not our fault. We preloaded this. Don't blame Kevin.
They put like half their shit on YouTube and half is on Twitter. So I'm like trying to like get it for the show.
We're trying to watch.
Yeah, we're asking the questions now.
I mean, Nahaz, that was okay delivery, but not really though.
Skip to. Okay, we're to take it off. I can't even. I can't do this.
I know I've sensed legitimate.
So
from
so,
Nahaz. That.
So you bring they bring a cardboard thing out, and it's Red Eye freaking out because it's esports spelled wrong, and they're drawing like the hyphen. They're like, he's like, it's torture. You know, it's pretty
esports.
funny.
I mean, Red Eye's been very vocal, long time about how esports, should be spelled, how it should be represented, and that lowercase e capital S bullshit is not going to fly with him.
Yeah,
and they just play.
I do think Red Eye is right. It should not be E capital S. It should not be a hyphen.
Yep.
Because it used to be E dash male. It used to be lowercase e capital M L. Remember how dumb that looks now? Can you imagine if someone messaged you and was like, "Send me an E dash capital M male"?
What would look worse? Capital E dash and then lowercase male, lowercase.
You can't.
E
You
dash.
just cannot do lowercase letter, capital letter. You just can't. If it starts a sentence, esports is growing, how do you even do that? Do you capitalize the first two letters? Do you capitalize only the first letter? You can't do it that way.
Yeah, I don't know.
It has to be a normal fucking word. It's a normal word. Esports is a normal word. Just add it to the dictionary. Treat it like any other word.
It's normal.
Yeah. Remember, like, capitalizing one or more of the letters, but not all of them, is like, remember, like, I think I'm edgy and cool as a 13-year-old, and I'm like, hotbit, H, capital O, T, underscore, capital B.
Lowercase X,
like,
capital X,
God.
Renegade, capital X,
Yeah.
lowercase X. That was my real old name, by the way.
The one I would make to trigger people on old BattleNet with BGH was I would do all capital alternating, of course. Goku Lion Master. That was my,
Goku SSJ4, by the way.
Goku
not
Line
3,
Master.
not 5, but SSJ4.
I'd put up their Goku
Coming
Line
at
Master,
ya.
and then when you win and they flame you, you're like, you just lost to a dude named Goku Line Master. How does that make you feel? You know?
Hey, Goku's cool now. All right, DBZ's back, by the way. Let's go to... Because we only got 2 left here. I'll do the Whisper Challenge with players.
The Whisper
Because a lot
Challenge?
of the content at this point is like, how
I
can we
didn't see
trigger,
this one.
How can we trigger people? How can we trigger our talent? How can we trigger the players?
Yeah. What's Whisper Challenge?
And this
is this
just
on
like a
Twitter
nice
also?
Normal bit.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Yeah, part of the other reason why I'm like, let's do it, because it was on YouTube, actually.
Roshan.
Dota.
No.
Enchantress.
Ancient Apparition.
Enchantress.
Armlet.
Tusk.
Enchantress.
What? No armor.
Why is that so long?
It's so hard. This is so hard. I don't know what the fuck to say.
Orc Warden.
Hogwarts.
Tango.
Who's that?
Oh. Fontaine.
Captain's Draft.
Puppy's brother.
Random draft.
Mid
almost.
or feed.
Sleight of fist.
Missing middle.
Bristle.
Bristle.
Okay.
Bristle.
One more. Mango.
Ogre Magi.
Ogre Magi.
Oh, nice.
Mega Creeps.
Something dream.
Penta Sports.
Oh, Pentasports.
Nice.
Planet.
Dude, the god.
Dog.
That guy's good.
He's Gabe. You know?
Enchantress.
I don't know words.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's a fun, cute little bit. We've seen that. That's kind of like the you laugh, you lose thing. You just get a nice, fun little mini YouTube trending game and you put your favorite personalities into it and make it a thing. It's cute, fun, had a giggle, had a gaff.
Yeah.
That's all I could say about it.
He really does look like Lyrical. Every time I see him, he looks like Lyrical.
Lyrical with like a tiny ponytail now. Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, finally, we can check out, because we always do this with all the other events we do this show priority thing for, is like their trophy presentation moment. Unfortunately, this one is on Twitter. So we can just hope it works.
All right, let's see.
Maybe try a new browser. I don't know. I don't mean to put you on the spot with it. Let's just give it a spin and see if we can catch the trophy moment of ESL Genting before we move on to the ELEAGUE Major. Congratulations again to Newbie. Let's see them get the win.
Oh, God, please.
I see like it's trying to like preload the little bars like, this is as far as I'm going to go. Here we go.
Genting 2018 champions, Newbie!
Look at all the confetti, the smoke, the fireworks. The trophy's always pretty damn legit. And the buffer.
So to explain why it looks so shit is because confetti is one of the worst things for a bitrate on a stream.
Absolutely.
It basically makes it have a million moving parts and it can't track everything, and it's just nothing is HD enough to see clear confetti pretty much. It's like really hard. Yeah, even in the fucking Super Bowl when that shit comes down, it's all over the place. It's like really hard.
Yeah.
It just looks different, you know.
Everybody turns into mush.
Yeah, everyone turns to mush.
But very cool, eerie stage host. Brought some cool hype.
I'm really happy for these guys. They look really happy. They finally they chased the monkey off their back. I think this win might not this loss might not have really mattered to Team Liquid because I don't think their confidence is shaken or anything like that. But I think this win is pretty huge for Newbie because, you know, they lose to Liquid again here. They have a mental block against this team. You know, they're chokers or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that is huge for them confidence-wise going into TI. I think that's just, you know, this team needed this really badly, and I think they can use the momentum to kind of snowball get some more confidence into this upcoming season. So I think it's really good for them.
I don't think Newbie's ever going to be a team that most people cheer against unless, I don't know. They
people want to see, I say, like, Valve has done the impossible. They have made a Western audience like a Chinese team.
That means they made a damn good documentary, too.
And it wasn't like, it's not like Burning, Mushi, Ice, whatever.
Are back in the game, apparently, also.
This is like a team with mostly, like, SCCC is a recognizable guy, but all the other guys, like, yeah, I mean, we know who Kaka and, like, Mugi and those guys are, but the general audience they're just names to them, you know? And now they have faces and people care about them and are cheering for them, so.
Good for them, man.
Yeah.
3-2 as well. So, hype series, you get all 5 games, which has been a blessing to most tournaments recently. Didn't Captain's Draft also have a 5-game stretch? And
the E-League Major.
E-League Major also.
That's going to be, we're going to
God damn,
get into that.
The games are crazy. They're all scripted. Everything's a hoax. It's quite crazy right now.
The fun part is the analyst desk is just wrong every time. I always laugh at that when they go 3-0 picking Team Liquid to sweep them and like all win the first game and stuff, and then the newbie just like fucking wrecks them. I always think that's funny because Fog curses the team every single time he picks the team. He gets it wrong.
It's good. It's
so
tough.
great.
You gotta be a tough position as an analyst because you're trying to root for the team in your brain that thinks is gonna win. But if the other team is to like run it back, it's such a great story.
Yeah.
Like I can't be upset.
It's a true rivalry. If they meet in the finals of TI again, this is gonna be hype as fuck.
For sure.
Know?
So that is ESL Genting. Very hype run, very hype show. ESL will be back with their major on Facebook. We look forward to seeing.
Are we watching that? What's the consensus, chat? Chat, are we watching that? Are we?
I feel like
we're obviously not going to boycott. Like we're going to watch it.
I mean,
all those people like boycott ESL. Don't watch it on Twitter or don't watch it on Facebook. You know, boycott ESL. You're not boycotting shit, dude. You're watching You're watching ESL one.
You're still watching the ESL event for sure.
Come on, guys. You're not watching it on Facebook, maybe.
And I mean, would you think that if ESL was in their world, ESL's kicked out of the Dota Pro circuit and they're not allowed to be into the DPC
They would never
anymore.
do. No, they would never do that.
I'm saying in a hypothetical world, if they did, would that even help the circuit? Like, wouldn't that damage the circuit a bit? Because they've been like a continuous player in the game. It's not like new big entities are really coming in.
If they can't get the teams, then no one's going to watch. But if they get the teams, people are going to watch. They're not. I don't even think people care whether it's a whatever event or not, because people watched Fallout Major.
Yeah,
or
I guess it depends.
Maybe it wasn't a major anymore. What the fuck was it called?
Galaxy
Battles. Galaxy Battles.
There was like Fallout. No,
it was Galaxy Battles.
There was like some Masters.
Yeah,
earlier.
people watch Dota if the team's there. They don't even care about the points really. It's just I don't think the extra prize money really adds viewers. I think it's mostly just which teams are there, right?
Yeah, I mean money can get teams there.
Right.
Prize pools can get teams
prize pools will get teams there.
Round and round.
Try and be a circuit event as long as you can, I guess.
All right. Final thoughts for ESL?
Okay, so let's try and grade it on a world where
this is a minor.
Can we? Okay, so guys, we're gonna give this a good grade, and
I want to
put a disclaimer on this. We're gonna ignore when grading the show the drama about the streaming. I don't think it's fair to really have that impact it, because like the streaming platform doesn't impact the choices they made in like the intro or anything like that.
And again, we're covering everything that happens outside the game.
Yeah, so
the stuff that fills between the content, the pictures.
I'll grade their PR a D-. Okay.
I mean that goes with the your outreach to the community and how you in tune with the community.
I think at the start Facebook was a solid C- or D streaming experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the end it's probably like a solid B, I would say. The reason why it can't be higher than that is because there's no Twitch chat. I think the Twitch chat's really good, so someone's like a D, not an F. Well, no, it's not an F. I mean, an F is like
Shanghai wasn't even an F. An F is like what was it? What's the event that got canceled as they arrived to the fucking island or whatever it was?
An F is like what's that guy that like they didn't have anything set up and it was a giant scam? That's an F.
That music concert or whatever?
Fire Festival? Fire Festival's an F.
Fire Festival's an F.
Fire Festival's an F.
But there was Gamers Paradise.
Gamers
Paradise, I think, was the event where it was like, this is happening, guys, and then they flow out. Toby flies out there, and it's like the event's not happening.
Yeah.
That's an F. It flunked out. It failed. The event never happened.
Yeah,
D- belongs to
D- is this.
D- D belongs to Shanghai Major still.
Just because Shanghai Major, we're talking about the PR, right?
The PI? Oh, you're talking about just the PR category of it all?
Well, I mean, we said D-. The PR category.
This PR was probably one of the worst of any event. Yeah. I don't know if there was much PR for Shanghai. It was just kind of like
Fire Festival PR was terrible.
Yeah,
Fire Festival.
Yeah, I mean
PR.
that's true.
Okay, so let's talk about the show. Let's grade it. You want to grade this?
When we're comparing it to some other stuff, now remember, I think like one of the strongest front runners right now for the minor was the Perfect World Masters. Yeah, Mercedes, red carpet, cosplay show.
I think this was
concert.
So I like the content that they made. I like Slacks, what he did. Personally, I like the content he does here more than the content that he did at PGL, and even more than this content he did at Captain's Draft. I think probably there was more at Captain's Draft, like you saw more, but you know, more things hit. Like almost everything here hits. You know,
that's true.
Yeah. So I would, if I had to rank Slacks, I would put this and then probably Captain's Draft and then like several
minus
levels
mode is probably like
minus mode.
I mean, that's his
minus
baby
probably
child. So of course
minus mode's
top,
one, and then this, and then probably
TI.
Captain's Draft.
Slacks TI.
Slacks TI. I think he did good at TI.
Really high. I
Yeah.
would play just below minus mode, and then you're right. I would say that this is one's going to be up there. Slacks is definitely tuned into his saddle really well, but we're seeing new players. I feel terrible not knowing the guy's name. But, you know, the news stage host guy, I don't know if it's like he did enough to be able to remember really who he was, but he carried his own, especially when you have Slacks in the room and Slacks in the content with you as well. It's got to be
not a good situation when everyone's hating on the event too, so it's not the best environment for the talent. I think they did a pretty good job. I liked, I liked all the people that won. So
yeah, the whole lineup was great. It's good to see
Trent,
Ari's great on stage. He has a fantastic like hype voice to build up and stuff.
He likes repeating things. He'll be like, let's hear it for Newbie. Newbie, ladies and gentlemen. Newbie. He's great. I love that guy.
I think he also is like a wedding DJ and stuff. So
he is.
Maybe it's just
he can deal with awkward moments.
He's an
well.
MC guy.
Yeah.
So
and the enthusiasm. He's never shaken. You know.
No, it's like that built-in like Filipinos. Like they just love to have a mic in front of them. They love to be loud.
He goes, relax.
You know, it's great.
He loves doing that one. That's his go-to.
I mean, is he better than throw your cans in the air, though?
He is intentionally being funny. That guy is not. That guy does not know. The first time he did not know.
I think the second time he kind of knew.
Put your cans in the air.
Just did it though.
God, put your cans in the air.
I miss that guy. He wasn't at the recent Dota Pit. I hope Dota Pit brings him back because that's one of their best things they got going. All right, so that wraps things up for. I'm gonna give it a.
I give this an A minus. Yeah, well,
A minus.
We're on the same page.
I wanted to say A, but I can't really give it the A. It would need like, it doesn't have that cosplay,
it doesn't have enough,
concert.
Yeah.
It needs that little bit of extra pepper, and I feel bad asking for so much for a minor, but if we're
There's
comparing
16
it to
teams.
everything else,
so the 16
teams
teams is like an A plus. That's like nothing is even close to that.
I gotta give them extra props for handling 16 teams. I mean, they had to have a
huge
team
team to
do it.
shmoney, dude.
That's true.
Get that Facebook.
You had to have a fleet. To handle that.
Zuckerberg paid for the extra 8 teams, dude.
God, I can't imagine doing a summit with 16
teams. Get friends.
That would be a fucking
gotta get friends out there.
Crazy.
Friends book. Get it out there. 16 teams.
All right, A minus. I think we're pretty unanimous on that one. Feels good. Congrats to ESL.
Bringing in all those new users from Facebook.
As far as the show goes, but as far as the Facebook things go, I'm
sure
they're going to
like and subscribe. Promote this page.
That's the Facebook thing, is like.
Yeah, it is. Like it. We're going to like it.
All right. Before we hop right into the ELEAGUE Boston Major and shift things over to the Counter-Strike world, quick shout out to our own personal sponsor, I guess. You can see all of our sweet swag right in the foreground of our camera. If you wanted to get your own BTS mug, BTS shirt, HotCox shirt, hoodie.
We talking about ELEAGUE now?
We're about to go into ELEAGUE.
Shit, okay.
But we're separating the middle with this. We could insert your sponsor here as well.
Yeah, you want to sponsor HotCox?
How cool you are.
You know, we'll happily let you in on our 400 viewers and lots of downloaded podcast content.
Down with that. Also, we do have a BTS sub Discord now.
Oh yeah, that shit is actually. I'm excited for that.
There's more recognizable names in this Discord than non-recognizable names. I'm saying it's very fresh.
Yeah, it is.
This Discord is mega fresh right now.
We are.
It's like
me, you, Kyrian, Fwash, bunch of other BTS staff.
It's like talent's probably gonna start creeping in there too.
We're gonna have some game nights. We're gonna
have Q&As all the time.
The drama channel, let me just put it this way. The drama channel is going to be where it's at on that Discord. If you want the in and out, if you want a drama channel curated by me, you know, the varies bid of drama in esports, I will put up there the very best, most juicy drama.
I mean, we have a drama channel on our Slack, and I can tell you,
the drama
if it's half
channel,
as good as that,
sub to
you're gonna be
BTS,
fine.
get in the drama channel. 100% worth it for you guys.
The emotes are cool too.
The emotes are cool. We got the universe face.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of other stuff. But the drama channel, okay, let me tell you, this is gonna be. It is the #1 destination TMZ for drama in Dota in esports, not just Dota. So, curated by one and only me.
It's exciting.
And you.
We're all
post
there.
some
I'm
drama
there.
stuff.
If you want to just ask a question to me, to Ken, to one of the talent, to anyone who's hanging out there from BTS, you're welcome to hit up the appropriate channel and say what's up. So go check it out. All right, let's get into ELEAGUE. Road to the Boston Major for Counter-Strike. Now, I do not watch any Counter-Strike, really. I do enough to know my research if we're like hosting an event and want to kind of get in on the scene on what's funny, what's not, but I don't follow these teams year-round or know really. I couldn't name probably like 15 players.
I know these guys from the last CS.
But, yeah, I saw this
guy was on
team,
Optic.
And, yeah, I was like, this is like all of the NA guys that were there. For sure. They were just part of like Optic, and some of them were still on C9 with the exception of, missing.
Dude, they have
Shroud.
So they have cool players. Their guys are fucking cool. If you ever met what's it called, Automatic and Stewie and those guys are they're not Dota nerds. They're cool guys.
Yeah.
Like they seem like guys you'd hang out with. Not that you wouldn't hang out with the Dota players, but you know what I mean. They just stay inside and play Dota all the time.
Do they fall into that esports stereotype I hear sometimes that CSGO is like the jocks of esports?
They are much more like the jocks. They really
jocks
are.
of esports, right?
And Dota's like the nerds. Dota's like the computing club.
What would LoL be?
LoL's like, I don't know, man. They're in between, I guess.
Drama?
No, they're not
Maybe
really
the
drama.
club kids.
Drama's like,
maybe drama's Dota.
I don't think drama's Dota. Drama people, they're
I mean,
not.
we put on good shows. We have good theater.
Drama is
good sketch
you have to
comedy.
be more confident and outgoing to be drama. Like,
so who would be drama then? Oh, you know what? That's probably
CS
the fighting game community can be pretty outgoing
Drama
for sure.
is fighting game community.
Oh, okay, my bad.
The football team and the jocks are like the CSGO. All
right, cool.
Well, maybe it's COD. It's like COD and CS. FPS is like the football team.
COD, yeah.
All the FPS guys are like
one
that.
time we got to go through and just like put a high school together of esports.
Dota's banned.
Dota's banned.
Dota's banned. Like, because
band geek.
they're banned because they're like all into their own fucking little instruments and shit. They love that shit. They're like geeks. They like each other.
play
They're
the
confident.
tinker.
They're confident. Yeah, they're like I play the triangle. It's the
I'm
best.
the one guy who plays Meepo.
And they just play violin all day. They don't. They don't do anything else. They just fucking play their instruments and they get together and they all play in the concert and that's it.
This team now, how is NA Counter-Strike compared to everything else? Like,
So,
if
okay.
NA Dota is like, EG's the best we got.
Okay, so I'm not, disclaimer, I am not an expert at CS, but I know probably more than you about the levels of the team. So C9 was a top 5 kind of like team. They were a threat to get pretty far in this major. They're definitely the best team in NA, but they were not, definitely no one expected them to beat FaZe. A lot of people expected them to beat SK. And by the way, I said NA, if you include SK and NA, then SK is the best in NA. But like SK is from South America. They're from Brazil. So they're like the American team. They're the best American team by far. So they not a lot of people expected them to beat SK, even though SK had a sub. SK didn't have their full roster. They had to use a sub.
Okay.
For a lot of reasons.
Do you know who was not there?
Bolts was not there. That's their newest guy.
Right.
They beat SK. That was huge. SK did have to play two best of threes in like a very short period of time. There were some excuses about that, but
do you mind putting up the bracket, by the way? Okay, great.
Yeah, so they beat SK. That was and if you want to watch C9 against SK, that could happen in next week.
Oh, man, that'd be so
at our event. So not to cheer for any specific team, but we would like to see that matchup at least. Maybe not, if not in the finals, somewhere else in the bracket. That would be nice.
For sure.
But anyway, SK played the super long series against Fnatic. Then they had to play Cloud9 on the same day. And Cloud9 won. All the credit to them. That was a bit of an upset, but kind of feasible given SK's, sub and everything like that. I don't think anyone's that surprised about it. It was like upset for sure, but the final was a real upset.
Yeah.
No one really thought that they were going to beat FaZe.
It's crazy. That
wasn't a meme. Like people were like, NA's the best. They're gonna beat FaZe. But like if you really thought about it, like FaZe is like it's the most expensive roster in CSGO. It has probably the most superstars on the team. One of the players is considered one of the best in the world, Nico. He is, other than Coldzera, people say it's between them two as the best players. Like they got like all these fucking superstars. Olaf, Rain, they have Guardian. That guy's fucking nuts.
I mean, like Thorn is talking about how this team is like God's gift to Counter-Strike.
Yeah, this is the team that's like, this is like the Secret team. Do you remember Secret with Universe and Arteezy?
Oh yeah.
This is like that roster, but actually like almost living up to like what they're promised to do. Okay. So it is sick.
Yeah.
And people did not think Cloud9 really had much of a chance. They thought, the only way Cloud9 would win this is if they carried this crazy momentum into the finals. I think Cloud9 was playing like way above their normal level. At least in tournament. I read an interview somewhere that they said they were actually winning a decent number in scrims, which, could matter a lot, could not. I don't know how it works in CSGO. But
But the viewers are just building up so much. Like I'm floating around, I'm still watching Dragon Ball FighterZ a bit here and there. But when you're hearing like, dude, it's up to 800K. Dude, it's over 1 million right now. I'm like, what?
Dude, when I was watching the final, because for those that didn't watch this, and I can't imagine there were a lot of people that didn't watch this, C9 was down. They lost the first map, right? They were up huge in the first map, and then they lost. And then they won the second map pretty convincingly. And the third map, they were down 14-9 and 15-11. And obviously in CSGO, you need to get to 16.
Mm-hmm.
They're down 15-11. They got to win the last 4 rounds, including this crazy fucking Stewie 2K clutch. And they do it.
Yeah.
They get to OT. It goes to double OT, which is like a dream, by the way. Like ELEAGUE obviously did an amazing job with the event.
Scripting it, for sure.
But, you can't plan for this. Like, this is like...
Yeah,
I'm sure everyone in the production truck, like Richard Lewis, everyone on the panel was just like, oh my God, this is great.
Best case, yeah.
Best case scenario. NA team, home crowd. I mean, the home crowd definitely influenced it. No joke. Like
better than TI3?
Yeah, I actually think so. Maybe I'll get some hate for that. But, I was at TI3, so I'm allowed to make this.
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
Viewer experience, my heart was like, I don't even watch CSGO.
If I was into CSGO as much as I was into Dota, I'm sure this would have been like the craziest
it was like
shit ever.
Up in the fucking, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And
my heart was beating, dude. I never watched this game, and why am I freaking out?
The reason why I think
right
it's
now,
better than TI3 is not because I think the games was more hype, because TI3 was like, I like watching Dota more than CSGO.
Yeah.
But this is a home crowd, home team. Imagine if Alliance was an NA team. That is what would have made like TI3 bigger,
or
if,
like
because
TI
they
was
upset,
in Sweden,
like they're like Alliance was not an underdog. They were the favorite throughout the tournament, and they won, which is obviously less of a storyline than a home team that's a huge underdog in a lot of these series coming back and winning in a fucking 15-11. It'd be like if Alliance was an underdog North American team, got to the final, was down 2-0 against fucking Na'Vi, and then came back and won. That's essentially what this was in CSGO. So, got to give this event props and like the games that happened. It was double OT. It would be like a crazy base race elimination, which is what happened in TI3. But, man.
They're both amazing. I mean, again, unless you're like super into both games, I guess you would have a real good opinion about it, but...
So let's watch some of the stuff.
Let's watch some of their content, because now this is ELEAGUE. What they're like a television studio quality kind of shit here. This is like the premier level. So we're expecting the most out of all
a lot of the stuff that we're.
They also will do quick cut player interviews. So everyone does them. It doesn't matter if you're.
Let's see their take on this.
Doesn't matter if you're ELEAGUE. Everybody does quick cut interviews. Let's check it out. Most handsome player is the question. Oh, is there not that? Oh, I actually could have started with the Road to Boston Major episode 1. This does technically come first.
Okay.
Because this is like build up for the event, right? And you were talking about this as well.
Yeah, this
is like a 30-minute piece.
This is just one episode of many. And this is so sick. They go to SK's house. They're like interviewing them, talking. That's their player Bolts that didn't play at the Major. That's Taco. He was like a star of CS Summit 1. Very funny on the couch. I mean, we can't really hear anything, but you get the sense of like, look, they go to fucking Brazil.
When I was a kid, I always had a dream to be like a superstar soccer player. I was really imagining that I was at the venue playing for a really good team.
Look at this.
I could imagine people shouting my name.
It's kind of hard to hear with the music. It's so sick right now too.
When I was a kid, of course I wanted to be the #1, the star in everything. But life's different. I'm not the star, I'm a support player. When they invited me to the best Brazilian team, they had cultura, they had fur, they had fallen, and I knew that they didn't need another star. They just needed someone like me.
Okay, you can probably unfull screen it and let's.
So this is like part of like a 25 minute like pre-hype piece for the event.
It's a whole series that they haven't released all the episodes.
Yeah, this is just episode 1. I couldn't even find episode 2.
It's not out yet.
This is like True Sight then, right?
They're releasing it on TBS, I think.
Oh, is it all based around this particular event?
It's called Road to the Major, so it is.
Okay.
But they follow a bunch of teams, not just SK. They follow Mouse Sports, which is in Germany. They go to Germany and they fucking film them. They film. I think
did have Cloud9.
Cloud9 on there. They have a little bit of FaZe.
They had a fun birthday moment where they were giving Stewie a birthday cake. And Derek's like, you know what to wish for? Wish for the major win. And he's like, I don't need to wish for that because we're gonna win anyways.
Yeah, it's like they're like joking. It's like, ooh.
Nice.
They're confident, you know. Jeez. So I'm excited to see it. I want to see it because if they follow C9, that is the dream scenario. You're documenting a team doing one of the most hype victories in the history of CSGO. I mean, that is sick. I can't wait to watch that.
So it's ELEAGUE Road to the Boston Major. That was just episode 1. You can catch that right now. But
that's like
future
it's 25 minutes,
out.
30 minutes an episode, and
they do a good job. If you don't know much about Counter-Strike, you get to dive right in, find out a bit more about the players, the teams, the roles they play, the kind of impact they have on the team, and their own personal communities and families and stuff. So it's great. Great dive into history right there. So sorry, Kevin, for skipping that one initially. We'll now move ahead to when they actually got to some content at the event right now. We can check some quick cut player interviews on who's the most handsome.
Probably Config.
Me, of course.
Cold. What the hell? The most handsome CSGO player is probably my teammate Device.
Device. I'll go with Device. He looks good.
Oh, Jesus.
He's a good-looking guy.
That's a good-looking dude.
I would answer the right question and say Doja. I think that's what everyone is saying because he's the
Love that guy. That guy's hilarious. We did that Cologne commercial with him, right?
Yeah.
And they actually didn't they do that? That's funny. That guy's gonna be at CS Summit. So him and Fifth. So people were.
I don't know much about him, but they seemed pretty eccentric on the panel. A lot of fun, charisma, and I'm sure they'll fit into a summit and have a good time. Because that's a big thing, and what makes me kind of course I'm gonna sound biased, excited about the summit, in particular with Counter-Strike, is that Counter-Strike doesn't have those other outlets to be able to just chill and meme and step away from.
There's some events that are like that.
Like step away from the fans, step away from the press.
These guys
go back to the roots.
You know, there are some events like that, but mostly, I mean, I think our event was pretty new for these guys. They didn't have a crowd, didn't have media. We had to turn down a lot of people. I know people that are wanting to interview these guys, come to the event, kind of do that kind of thing, and we apologize to those guys because I know Half-Life, HLTV.org wants to come. They want to interview people, and I love that site. That site's really useful. Wikipedia, you know, that kind of thing, but. You know, we're trying to create an environment where they're happy to be on the couch, you know, and it's all about that. And if they're getting pestered for interviews, if they have to do all these media obligations, then the players are not they're not in the mindset that, oh, I just want to sit down and cast, you know.
We had done that before. We had press come to houses and host on-set interviews.
And they're just like, oh, I did this 30-minute interview with someone. Like, I just want to go fuck around and not do anything. Yeah. So we want to make the whole environment a way that's just as comfortable as possible. So we apologize to any media orgs that want to come here, but it's just not. We just you can get that at almost every other event. You know, just get access and try and press conference and ask them questions, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
A big clear appeal for a lot of the community who enjoyed not even just Counter-Strike, but any esport is just finding ways to humanize these players more so they can become more relatable. You get that in huge doses at the summit, but even just that cute little piece, who's the most handsome, you get to see them laugh and like, what the hell is this about, and giggle and talk about other players, and it does help and humanize them quite a bit. So props to them. Another thing I felt they did very well, and this is always like a strong push as creative we want to be able to do, is how they did their sponsor content, or how they incorporated sponsors into their extra content. And it just was all over the place, but it didn't feel overwhelming. I have one example, but just to list off some of the other things they did have is the Cheez-It Crunch Time interview. I think that
the Cheez-It jersey. You know, I'm excited for this one. The Cheez-It.
Well, we didn't do this. I didn't grab this clip because there's a bunch of different ones.
Because there was one with the Cheez-It jersey in the background.
Yeah, it's just funny. And all it was is, you know, it's just like a post-match interview. Like, yesterday you had this match. How do you feel?
It is kind of cool though,
you know?
because they're one of the only kind of like big name tournament organizers, like along with ESL, that have non-endemic sponsors. So it's almost kind of cool to see shit like Cheez-It and Mercedes and stuff. Yeah. You're not really that offended because you're like, oh my god, esports is making it big.
Cheez-It. I eat Cheez-It.
I eat Cheez-Its,
right?
You know, it's like, oh my god, it's like, you know, so.
And it's like, how? And then as a creative, you're like, how can I get Cheez-It in on this show?
Yeah.
And get their name on the camera a lot and make it feel like, oh, awesome! Here comes that Cheez-It interview.
Do you know what you could do? You could make a giant Cheez-It, right, and then have them in a shooting range, and you throw it in the air, and they gotta shoot it down, like a skeet shooting. You go pull, and then you throw the giant Cheez-It, and you gotta shoot it down. That would be, that's the best content.
Yeah, it's like, you know, this is a Cheez-It. Give me your cheesiest pickup line or some shit like that. You could, you know, there's a lot of fun things you could do with it, and I'm glad they're thinking on that page. Another one was the Switch moment by Boost Mobile, which was like when the game had a, you know, a good turnaround. The
so
HyperX
like
X Factor.
They had 40 of those in the final.
Yeah, the X Factor. Who was the X Factor for HyperX? And Alienware's who's getting. And this is the one I had. This was Getting Technical, and it was kind of a neat way to, you know, how like Purge does his breakdown of the maps. It's just a good way to like throw a good, unique set of data and stats while also getting someone to buy in on it. So let's check out the Getting Technical with C9 on Mirage.
So look, it is now time to get technical, powered by Alienware. This is where we take a closer look at what's going on the technical aspect and the tactical aspect of the teams. What have you got for us, Shanko?
So this is from map 1. It's something that we briefly mentioned in the pregame. This is a very important round.
Now, I don't know Counter-Strike, but I'm sure this is like an eye-gasm, I imagine, to some Counter-Strike fans.
They even have where the smokes bounce and stuff.
Default top mid smoke, you know, throwing a Molotov into window room. You can see the two players with the bomb going ramp, and Stewie is in app. So this is going to be a fast A split.
And what people take away from this is like, man, I hope they do that get technical bit after this game, or it comes back, or I can't wait. And all the hyper nerds out there are just like looking forward to it, and then your sponsor's happy because your bit is like a big success.
Oh my god, this is, imagine if they did this in Dota. Holy shit. Like they do that, like Purge has his segment, but it's a replay. It's not like a fucking breakdown this. Like,
I mean, I'm sure there's like limitations with the API, but then there's been some API updates.
It looks so cool.
So who knows? Maybe in the near future we'll have breakdowns like this available for Dota. But very cool stuff, high production value. Along with these big tournaments, you know, they'll often have extra activities, whether it be cosplay events or whatever. They did have an all-star match.
Yeah, they did. The CSGO all-star matches are sick.
Yeah, we can watch a little bit of like the intro into this all-star match, but I think they essentially just grabbed some of the talent and observers and just kind of had
they had like a whole thing with Bardolph. It's so good.
Sean, you're no stranger to this level of Counter-Strike. You must have some experience in picking.
Jesus Christ.
I figured you might like that one. Who are you picking on this one?
I definitely am going with James.
Oh, all right. Little split
That's
decision.
Sapphire. She's one of the
Listen, I'm going to go with all of us at home being the winners when this is over. So let's just get to it. It's going to be about as confusing as trying to watch professional Overwatch, but we're going to go with it anyway. Let's go.
You have
get
that in there, boys. Jesus Christ.
I love how that's the biggest audience reaction.
The audience was
it's like everyone can come together and agree that watching Overwatch is not the best. It's like, I like how they all come together for that.
What the hell? That was just out of nowhere.
That was a funny, bold move. I liked it. I applaud you, sir.
Sadicist.
Very well
Got
done.
him. Jesus.
What's his name? Semler somewhere's crying?
Semler?
Or, yeah, Semler?
That was Moses? No, I was not Sadikist. Yeah. Moses playing. You know, Semler. You got to shout out to the CSGO community, though. When Semler left, they were super nice to him.
Oh, that was awesome. That was so awesome.
That was, did not expect that. That is a healthy departure from the StarCraft community.
What do you think about the people who always say, like, well, Overwatch League now sitting on 100K while this got $1 million? Is it just kind of like it's because of Major, it's because of the games? Do you think that?
Well, we wait till the Overwatch final before we start talking about viewership.
True.
But
that's true.
I do think that, you know, everyone has a personal preference. A lot of people do not like watching American football. And I love watching American football.
That's true.
And when they say that soccer or football
or golf
is way more entertaining than American football, like, can I just say that Knoxville was one of the people that hated on American football, and then I showed him fantasy football, and he plays it, and he fucking loves American football now. I'm not even joking. Like, you can have differing opinions on what to watch.
That guy would love fantasy football, of course.
So maybe Sadikist doesn't like watching Overwatch, but some of my friends like watching Overwatch. It happens, you know?
I don't know why, but some people do.
I think CSGO is way better than Overwatch.
I was super interested in like everything outside the game when the league was like taking off. I was like, I want to see how they do this, how they do that. But the game is like, I don't know, hard to watch for me.
I like watching CSGO a lot more than Overwatch. I tried watching Overwatch. Not really my game, but I understand if people like watching it. Just like League, you know. I understand why people like watching League. I watched World's Finals, but you know, I'd rather watch Dota.
It's a big moment. I think everyone can agree that just, you know, it's esports.
Yeah.
So you want to be there and support,
it's
especially
if it's out
there.
You know, I like watching basketball and football. You probably like watching soccer and fucking field hockey or whatever.
MMA.
Yeah.
You know.
So.
Okay. I'm gonna skip the next one, Kevin, and just talk about. They had some extra little dab at memes, like they did a kiss cam thing at the analyst desk. Like it's good to just kind of keep things going, even the live scenario. But they didn't do too much with it, so we don't need to kind of go on with that. But we can get more into the actual breakdown of the grand finals. We can start with how they built up the hype into the grand finals. You know, everybody has their different way of doing it. They had their own piece of footage, and it was actually pretty damn hype. So let's check it out.
Ooh.
Winner of a major is the undisputed best team in the world.
Winning the major, that's everything. That's why we played. That's why we
compete. 2014, holy shit.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Got goosebumps.
Oh, that's cool.
Does it all! Oh my god! Absolutely precise!
Now it does get kind of interesting, so we'll hold out for that.
It all comes down to this.
To win a major is something added to a legacy. Winning a major in front of a whole crowd probably feel like a dream.
Okay.
What the?
I actually kind of like the song. I just don't know if they should be showing the artist as much.
You think these guys play CSGO? This song's actually fire.
The song is great. I just think they shouldn't have shown the artist too much. But
man,
it's so hype.
I like the decision to have it showing the like entire stadium instead of the full screen.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Gotta get that fire in the shot.
Woo! Someone got epilepsy from that, for real.
That's great. That's
sick.
like WWE theatrics right there. So
I think the song is really good. I think, Yeah, you're probably right, and don't show the guys that much. But
yeah, I don't need to see guys go Counter-Strike in the house, doing this a lot right now.
Oh,
I don't
God.
need to see that.
That was super
hype
hype though. The whole thing, holy God, that was really good.
But ready or not, it's like super hype, super hype. Wow. Let's check out. This is actually a pretty funny moment, but just the arena team intro when they called out Cloud9 to get to the stage. You know?
Yeah, I saw this part on stream. Okay, yeah, let's watch.
I saw this and I was like, I got it.
Let's
I
go.
gotta put this.
We're
on
gonna get the
show.
clip up.
It's kind of funny. Some people get take in the hype and they just get way too hype, and they take it a little too far with the hype. You know, beyond their own personal limits. Beyond their personal limits. You know.
Really?
States of America.
I think they're hamming it up.
Welcome to the stage, Cloud9.
All right, listen, we gotta be able to take that and just have that for the Cloud9 introduction. Can I one more time?
States of America. Welcome to the stage,
Just like
so
dude went
great.
Super
He
Saiyan,
is like
American Super Saiyan
man.
right there.
And I don't know if that's not in the clip, but Tarek is carrying Stewie on his back, and they're both wearing American flags.
Cool.
So that part is also sick, but holy fuck, that's funny. That's funny. That guy's better than the cans in the air guy.
That was so good. It's like. It's just like if you just do that yell and you crack once, it's like ugh. But if you just go and you let your voice just crack the whole way through, people are like, you know what?
I'm sure they laughed so hard about that in the green room or whatever afterwards. God, that's so funny. Do you have the closing ceremony? Or we're talking about
I do and I don't in a way because they didn't have a YouTube VOD of like the finishing moment, so I couldn't download it. They didn't have Twitter either. No, it's not on Twitch.
The closing moment's on Twitch.
Oh, the closing moment? Do I have the closing moment? I don't think I have the closing moment.
I can describe it. I watched it.
I have it from production.
It was very short. It was a very short interview with Skadoodle, and he almost cried.
He wasn't crying.
I think Sue.
You were crying.
I think Sue Smix did a really good job there. She's OG Team Liquid. Remember her back in the day? What, like 8, 9 years ago? God, 10 years ago? God, 10 years ago. But sick interview after it was over. And then they did a really clean. It was like a clean.
No champagne or anything?
No. Oh. It was a trophy shot, confetti flying around them, bunch of people, only them on stage, and Sue briefly for the interview. And then they're just out. Back to the analyst desk, do some analysis, and that was it. I thought it was clean. I thought it was good.
The final piece I do have is that whole closing moment, but it's from the perspective of production. So this is like now you can
we're
see
watching
like their
this.
team.
This is Prius. Prius gave us
this is like when you have an actual director doing the switching,
like taking
making
the cameras,
calls.
all that stuff,
It's crazy. Let's check this out to see what happens in these moments.
Dropping off, they need to hold construction. Are there flashes there? Will they push? They'll regress. Down goes the fighter. Guards in the rain remain. Automatic pushing through.
Stand by your music.
Guardian
Stand by
versus
seat,
2.
camera 6.
Can he do it again? He's in position before to win phase. Around a very important, very crucial one. Can he deny Cloud9?
Shoot him.
Saw from this
Shoot
position
him.
before. He cannot miss a single shot.
They're sounding yelling, send them home.
Patiently.
Do your takeover right away. There it is. Do your takeover. Track C. Rollsy, give me your confetti. Give me your confetti. Give me your confetti. Confetti, confetti, confetti. Ready, 5. Confetti. Take 5. Ready, 7. Take 7. Ready, 6.
Nice.
Ready, 4.
There's Jack.
Holy God. Holy take 4. Ready, 8. Oh, take 8. Yes, I love it.
You see down there, they're rewinding the replay already, prepping it. There's so much happening on the screen if you really look. Prepping like overlay logos. It's crazy.
Ready, 5. Take 5. Let's get program back in there.
We've ever had. A North American team.
All right, you guys, Skadoodle is our MVP. Our switch moment is Tarek's ace.
So that's like just the production truck. There's probably like 8 people in there doing stuff.
Their reaction is so pro that it's just like this. The craziest fucking moment just happened in Counter-Strike, and some of them probably have watched a lot of Counter-Strike from working ELEAGUE and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're just like super just laser focused on getting this shit done because this is the best moment. This is the best moment. You got to really focus. Yeah. So you can't let yourself get caught up in all that stuff. So that is nice. This is how it's supposed to be. Like laser focus until the show's over.
I mean, ELEAGUE is definitely like set the bar.
Oh yeah.
For
pretty good.
Counter-Strike. I'm glad we're like on a different kind of spectrum than they are. But if you're trying to match up to them as far as professional quality esports event goes, like you're gonna have a run for your money.
Yeah,
because they like are really good.
Yeah, obviously,
really good.
we're gonna have higher production value than that at CS Summit next week. It's gonna be
I'm hoping we provide just as much of an entertaining experience with just like a unique perspective like we always do. So
yeah.
it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see like teams like Cloud9. I'm sure they're gonna be coming in feeling super good.
Yeah. We need Cloud9 to still try at our event. Guys, you won the major, but please.
I mean, SK, if they get in a run with them, they're going to want revenge. They're going to want a rematch.
They're going to want to prove that they're better than SK, hopefully. Get in there.
When does that happen? That is happening. Don't mean to put you
Thursday,
into a scare,
right?
but yeah, media day is going to be starting next week.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
that's when we buckle down and go ham.
Yeah, CS, exciting. I'm not the CS expert, but maybe we can make some memes.
We'll make some fun memes.
Yeah, so
it's going to be a great time. All right, that will wrap things up for our HotCox. It looks like we went about an hour.
Oh, we got to
40.
grade this, right? Did we not grade it?
I mean,
it's like an A+, dude.
It's an A. I mean,
dude, that shit is like an A+.
Yeah, it's like.
Can you think of a better show?
Like, it's like, do I hold the A+ for the
unknown
unknown entity that could come into the scene? It's like, could there be
if this is the best
better?
one so far, because I do think that the grade is a little influenced by the games. Like you can't, if it was a 3-0 stomp, whatever, then maybe it's an A. But I do think that the extra hype, they did handle it really well. The whole road to the major, all that
testing
shit.
everybody in that situation.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I think all the I'm giving out an A+ on this one. I think
it's hard to deny it. I will say, I feel like we're just giving the A+, but I mean, it's hard to argue against. ELEAGUE is phenomenal at what they do,
and the game was amazing.
I want to see him do it with a different game also. I don't know if they could
ELEAGUE, get some Dota in there, dude.
I mean, they do Street Fighter as well. It's like, if they could make Street Fighter look this good, I would be amazed. Like, that would be super hype.
Have them do a major.
That'd be great.
Dota. Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be super hype to watch. Oof. All right. We'll wrap things up for our HotCox podcast this week. It was a good time.
Yeah, I had fun.
And
thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Be sure to follow our podcast Twitter at BTS Pods, PODS, for your continued support on when we're going to be going live, not just with HotCox, but also our Movie Buffed podcast with me and Dan, which we're scheduling out now for like the whole year on what movies we're going to watch in theaters, what movie categories we're going to have as throwbacks.
That must be so rough having to schedule out what movies you guys are going to watch during work hours.
Tough.
I know.
It's so
just
tough.
A rough one for you guys there.
Providing new, original, fun content right out of the own BTS office space.
Just leaving to watch movies.
All right. Well, it was a great time, guys. We'll catch you on for the next HotCox in the near future. Take care.
Bye.